It's a full-blown constitutional crisis in the state of Tamil Nadu. From walkouts to protests to detentions, it's been a packed week so far. Let me get you up to speed on what has happened today in the governor versus government battle. The action today began in the Tamil Nadu Assembly. This is where Chief Minister Stalin thanked Governor R.N. Ravi for his address earlier this week. But he also followed it up with some interesting comments. Mr. Stalin said he would act beyond his powers to protect the integrity of the Tamil people. He said even 1,000 hands cannot hide the sun. But even more poignant were his last words. Mr. Stalin signed off saying, "Long live Tamil Nadu." Now, normally it would have been a benign statement, but not in the current context. The governor has said that Tamilagam and not Tamil Nadu is a better name for the state. In fact, Tamil Nadu in his official Pongal invite. So, Mr. Stalin was effectively making his position heard with these words. Listen in.
அன்று நிகழ்ந்தவற்றை மீண்டும் பேசி நான் அரசியலாக்க விரும்பவில்லை. அதே நேரத்தில் மக்களால் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட ஆட்சியின் மாண்பை காக்கவும் மக்கள் எங்களுக்கு வழங்கிய ஆட்சியின் வலிமையை உணர்த்தவும் நூற்றாண்டை கடந்த இந்த சட்டமன்றத்தின் விழுமியங்களை போற்றவும் நான் என்னுடைய சக்தியை மீறியும் செயல்படுவேன் என்பதை இந்த மாமன்றமும் என்னை சட்டமன்றத்திற்கு தேர்ந்தெடுத்து அனுப்பிய தமிழ் பெருமக்களும் நன்கு அறிவார்கள். வாழ்க தமிழ், வெல்க தமிழ்நாடு. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Now, while Mr. Stalin was measured in his response, some of his leaders are not. One of them is Shivaji Krishnamurthy. He's saying if the governor cannot take Dr. Ambedkar's name on the floor of the house, he must be slapped and sent to Kashmir to be gunned down by terrorists. It's exactly what he said. Listen in.
இந்தியாவுக்கு சட்டத்தை எழுதி கொடுத்த எங்க முப்பாட்டன் டாக்டர் அம்பேத்கர் பேரை சொல்ல மாட்டேன்னு சொன்னான்னா அவனை செருப்பால் அடிப்பேன்னு சொல்ற உரிமை எனக்கு இருக்கா இல்லையா? அரசியலமைப்பு சட்டத்தை சொல்லி தானே பதவி ஏற்றுக்கிட்டேன். அதை எழுதி கொடுத்தது எங்க தாத்தா அம்பேத்கர் இல்ல. அவர் பேரை சொல்ல மாட்டேன்னா நீ போடா காஷ்மீருக்கு, நாங்களே தீவிரவாதி அனுப்புறோம், அவன் உன்னை சுட்டு கொல்லட்டும்.
Now, Chennai clearly is on collision course. The temperatures are rising. Today, the DMK's ally, the VCK, took out a massive protest outside the Raj Bhavan. Their demand was clear. Governor R.N. Ravi must be recalled. He must be removed from office. Now, as the situation spiraled, the cops detained VCK's chief. But his party members continued to shout slogans outside the Raj Bhavan. Listen in.
He is creating issues, making ideological differences. That's what we are condemning his attitude.
Are you demanding to recall the governor? He's going to go to Delhi today.
He is summoned by President of India.
What do you think is going to happen?
Sir, are you demanding to recall?
I think Union government and the President of India will give some advice to him to cooperate with the elected government.
Are you demanding to recall the governor?
Yeah. Our main demand, only one demand, recall governor to center.
Now, the irony is this. Governor R.N. Ravi wasn't even in the Raj Bhavan when those protests were taking place outside. He's in Delhi. Now, we don't know what's on the governor's agenda here, whether he's on official duty or whether he's been summoned for a dressing down. But the timing certainly raises questions. Yesterday, a delegation of DMK leaders had met President Draupadi Murmu. They handed over a letter written by Chief Minister Stalin. Now, the full contents of that letter have not been released, but the DMK has given us a sneak peek. Mr. Stalin's letter claims the governor is pursuing a political and ideological conflict with the government. He also writes that the governor added ideas of his own to the speech he gave earlier this week on the floor of the House, which was not appropriate. Now, while the DMK and allies claim that Governor R.N. Ravi is overstepping, the BJP says the governor is entitled to his views.
The Honorable Governor is entitled for his view, and he is having every right to say in front of public people, and it is also a fundamental right of any person who express their opinion about any issues. But the government, particularly the DMK government and the Chief Minister, cannot expect that. Even in the public forum, the governor has to address their ideological issues or their ideological orientation.
The CM is also pointing out that, as a governor, Mr. R.N. Ravi should not take sides when it comes to issues of religion and language.
I don't think that he is taking sides.
Let me go across to our guests who are joining us this evening. Vinod Selvam is spokesperson of the BJP with us on the broadcast. Salem is with us on the broadcast as well. He's spokesperson of the DMK, and Madhavan Narayan. Always good to have you, sir. Madhavan Narayan, as all of you know, is a senior journalist. Salem, I'm coming to you first. We've just heard from one of your netas. His name is Shivaji Krishnamurthy. Now, you've been saying that the governor has been overstepping, and there is a Lakshman Rekha that no one can cross. In this case, has Mr. Shivaji Krishnamurthy crossed the Lakshman Rekha or not? Whatever said and done, whether you like the governor or not, fact is he is the governor of Tamil Nadu. He holds a constitutional office. For a leader of your party at a public forum to say, if he cannot take the name of Mr. Ambedkar, I am going to slap him. He should be slapped. He should be sent to Kashmir where terrorists can gun him down. Has your neta crossed the Lakshman Rekha or not, sir? Is he wrong or not?
See, our chief minister has made the party's line very clear. He also urged the MLAs not to behave in a derogatory manner to the governor. He says whatever has happened has happened. He violated the constitution, and then for that we answered by passing a resolution by which whatever he spoke will not be included in the assembly script. That being said, we also sent a delegation of MPs who met the president and said how this governor is violating the constitution at regular intervals. So this is an individual remark. So this is nothing to do with the party stand. Having said that, this governor has certainly hurt the constitutional office forever. He has violated the constitutional spirit. And another thing I want to make it very clear is, when I did several debates on Monday, the BJP spokesperson lied that the governor sought clarification on the assembly address and then he's going to make a press release. But so far, no press release has come, and that news is turned out to be a fake news. And also, even if he had sought a clarification, as per the article 176.2 or 3, if the Council of Ministers have said, no, we don't want to accept this clarification, he is bound to deliver the speech that was given to him by us. So by digressing from the script for the first time in the history of Tamil Nadu Assembly, he has insulted the Tamil people. 8 crore Tamil people has insulted. He has insulted the August House by walking out before the national anthem was sung. When we sat patiently, when he was violating the constitution by omitting major part of a script, why can't he wait? Why did he walk out? If he had felt the resolution as offensive, he should have waited after the national anthem and then probably made a remark after that. Why did he not have the patience? Why did he not respect the August House? That shows for this governor, ego is more important than the constitution, than the prestige the constitutional post that he holds deserves. Not just that. After that, immediately a day after that, did he do anything to reduce the confrontation? For Pongal, Valtu invitation, he omitted the Tamil Nadu symbol. He did not mention Tamil Nadu. He uses Tamilagam. See, Tamil Nadu, as per constitution, is named Tamil Nadu. 1967, all political parties accepted. Only after that, it was renamed. And even before that, historically, Tamil Nadu has been in use for thousands of years, 2000 of years. So who is this governor who can't even understand Tamil Nadu, who can't speak Tamil, doesn't understand Tamil culture? Who is he to tell how the state has to be called? My name is Dharnidharan. I sometimes tell I'm Dharni, sometimes Dharnidharan. Official document is Dharnidharan. Can you, Shreya, come and tell me, no, I will call you only as Dharni. Your name is only Dharni henceforth. Will I accept it? Will it be fair? Absolutely not. So he is provoking us repeatedly. Not just that. He went to speak to UPSC aspirants. What does he say there? He says, see, you are appointed by the union government, so you should be loyal to the union government. Why do you do politics there? What he should have said? He should have firstly said, your job was to do public good. So work to do good to the place where you work. And secondly, union government does not have any IAS cadres or IPS cadres. They are all given to a state. So you should have said you have to do good to the state. Only then people of the state will be happy. Only then the states will grow, the country will grow.
Okay.
So why is he doing again cheap politics and provoking us?
You have made your you have made your case well, and you have given us points. Vinod Selvam, you're as spokesperson of the BJP, please respond to what Salem has said. Salem is essentially saying that this is a governor who is hell-bent on escalating the confrontation with the government. He is doing it deliberately. He is playing to an ideological and political agenda. Is this the role of a governor, Vinod?
So this entire episode, which the DMK is trying to play out, is one of the latest dramas in the series of dramas they've been playing out over the last 1.5 years of coming to government. From talking about the anti-Hindi movement to the new education policy to the governor fiasco now, they've been trying to make a mountain out of a mole over and over and over again. Here, when the governor, he very, very simply on stage said that the name Tamilagam sounds to be very appropriate. It was his opinion. You want, you take opinion. You don't want, you don't take opinion. It's simple as that. No one came and told your name was Dharani or Dharani Dhana or this is what your name is. No, none of that happened. He never said Tamil Nadu should be called as Tamilagam henceforth. No. He suggested his own opinion. Where you don't have a choice, you don't have a right to make an opinion. That is all he did. But DMK, as always, see today Pongal is around the corner. So what DMK did in 2020 when they were the opposition party, this was the political organization which went out, their prince, the crown prince, Mr. Udayanithi Stalin, their chief minister, all of them went out. Their spokesperson came on televisions and they were all screaming on top of their voice saying, give 5,000 rupees to the people of Tamil Nadu. When the government was giving 2,500 rupees per ration card holder. But today what is this government doing? They're giving 1,000 rupees. Now they need to camouflage their mistakes. They need to camouflage all their undoings, their wrongdoings. So what they're doing is they're instigating their coalition parties, namely the Congress, the VCK, all these parties who are with them for the last few years on a very unholy alliance. So they make them to go out and they make them to create a ruckus inside the assembly. The Speaker, Mr. Appavu, said that it is very unfortunate that the incident happened. If he really felt bad, what should he have done? He should have used the guards in the assembly to make sure these people are thrown out when the governor was making a speech. But that did not happen. And the Chief Minister today is coming out and saying he does not want to make politics out of it. If you really have a problem with the governor omitting things, why have you not gone to court yet? This is very similar to the case of the NEET, where you said we will make one signature and make sure the NEET goes away. But you never went to court. You never went to court. That's this. It's the same thing here.
It's a good question, and it is a question
that in West Bengal, when
let Salem answer that. Salem, this is a question that even I've been asking for the last 2 months. If the governor is turning out to be such a thorn on your side, just take the matter to court. You've taken it to the president. The president has been unable to do anything. You have complained to the Home Ministry. The Home Ministry has not been able to do anything. Why don't you just go to court?
See, as you said, this is not happening only in Tamil Nadu. Governors are violating the norm in all non-BJP rule state. And not just that, BJP has been using institutions such as ED to harass politicians of opposition parties. ED cases have increased 10 times. And after the BJP government came to power in the union government, and the conviction rate is just 1%. Join BJP, immediately the cases would be nullified. Having said that, that is why we are trying to unite all the like-minded parties who are facing harassment, and then we will do some sort of an arrangement with that. Also, having said that, who's appointing the governor? The governor is appointed by the president. That's why we are going to the president. And why is he not signing bills? See, there is one bill in which one university in Tamil Nadu does not allow handicapped people. We want to change that. That bill, this governor has kept for 6 months. What is the logic? Why? There's one bill in which we want to give preference to SC/ST entrepreneurs in Tamil Nadu tenders. So we have asked for modification of Tamil Nadu Tenders Act 96. That bill is pending for last 1 year. Why? NEET bill is pending for 1 year. As per Article 200, he has only 3 options. Either send it back immediately with your assent or ask for clarification. If the Council of Ministers says, no, you have to accept it as it is, he has to accept. Third is, only if it undermines the High Court, he has to send it to President. But he's keeping the bill in abeyance. Why? Only because if he'll send back and the Council of Ministers will send it back to him, he will have to sign. He has no other option. And that is why he's sitting on the bills. And that is why we want the president, because president is the one.
Vinod Selvam, how can a governor, Vinod Selvam, how can a governor sit on 20 bills and not tell us when he's going to sign on them or send them back, etc.? The Constitution doesn't allow him to sit on those bills forever. He can take his time but not sit on them forever. Simple. And not at least to prove a political point.
Of all these points the DMK spokesperson was making, he never made it clear why they never went to court. Because he knows that going to court, they have a losing case here, because the NEET bill, which he was talking about, he knows that the Supreme Court is the body which brought about the NEET exam. They are the ones who said the NEET exam should be conducted. And it was your government, when you were in this unholy alliance with the Congress, it is then when the entire concept of NEET was promulgated, but you were not able to bring it into action. But the BJP government, after Supreme Court's insistence, brought it into action. All the states, including our neighboring states, Pondicherry and Kerala, the students are happily writing the NEET exams, but you have been playing with the lives of the students, playing with the lives of thousands and lakhs of students, lying to them day in and day out that you will make one signature and make the NEET exam go. And as far as the governor is concerned, he has signed over 69 bills of the 85 bills sent to him, and he is going through the other bills. None of it is being stopped. Bills are being signed, bills are being sent, but unconstitutionally, again, there was no answer from the DMK spokesperson side as to what action the DMK is going to take against Mr. Sivaji Krishnamurthy, the kind of nonsense he was spoken on stage. He openly admitted that they would send terrorists. They would send terrorists to gun down the governor, which means, is the DMK in touch with terrorists across the border? Is that what your party is doing? Now, isn't this a party which needs to be banned? It's a question which the DMK needs to answer. It's a very serious allegation. They're saying we'll send terrorists to gun down a governor who was being appointed by the President of India. It's a very serious allegation. It's a question the DMK needs to answer, and I think it's very pertinent that, we expect something from the CM to answer on this issue.
There are silly things that have been said on both sides. For example, the governor has also talked about secessionist tendencies of the Dravidian movement, essentially implying that an elected government in Tamil Nadu has secessionist tendencies. So let's not get into all the silly things that have been said. But Madhavan Narayan, would you want to come in here? I find this very interesting. For the last 2-3 months that they've had these run-ins with the governor, the DMK has come and made a lot of noise on the streets, in television studios, but haven't bothered to drag the matter to court. Why do you think that is?
Good question, Shreya, but I will give you a very sophisticated answer to that. But let me first say that the governor has been deliberately and repeatedly provoking not just the DMK government, but also the Dravida ideology. He has been doing, the feminists use a word called mansplaining whenever men talk down to them or try to patronize them. The governor has been making very patronizing speeches, which I call Hindi-splaining or Bharat-splaining. As if, there's a lot of virtue signaling going on, which goes against Dravida ideology. The DMK is united with India under the modern Indian constitution, not on some ancient personal ideas of Bharat or great culture or civilization, which Mr. Ravi may have as a personal opinion. And let me also give you a fun trivia that BJP is trying to enter Tamil Nadu politically, which is of course acceptable, especially after the death of Jayalalitha, to fill in the vacuum. But they are even calling the Pongal celebrations this weekend as Modi Pongal, which is a very symbolic of what is going on politically. But having said that, let me, to your specific question on governor's role, the fact is that there are rules, there are conventions, and there are laws, and there is a constitution. By rule and convention, a lot of Mr. Ravi's conduct is highly questionable, and therefore the challenge has to be political, and that is what the DMK is doing. It's ideological and political. Where it is legal or not, the point is the Article 163 of the Constitution, under which the governor rules, there is still a smell of British era, where the governor has an extra discretion, including a caveat that the office shall not be questioned in courts in some cases, except where it concerns his duty towards the constitution or something. So that is open to interpretation. My reading is that the DMK is still keeping the options open, but politically it has always been a combination of street protests, parliamentary or legislature protests, petitions to the president, and court is the last resort. So my own feeling is that the DMK wants to keep it alive because it's a matter of ideological disagreement, because I keep saying the Governor Ravi has a denial of modernity. He doesn't understand modern values. All his speeches over the 3 months that you speak of, he's been speaking only about ancient Bharat, culture, values, whereas a lot of what is going on under what Mr. Stalin calls the Dravida model is about modern values of equality, social justice, and things like that. Okay. Mr. Ravi chooses to ignore that. And the BJP, if I may just add as the last word, a lot of what the BJP spokesperson is saying, in English, we have a nice saying called too clever by half. It works politically in a certain context, but if you're talking about the credible academicians or jurists or media people, they will be saying different things. The learned people have different verdicts on this. Even learned Supreme Court lawyers have said Governor Ravi's conduct, by the history of 75 years of governance, has been way too, he's playing outside the crease and he was waiting to be stumped. And I use the cricketing analogy. What happened on the assembly the other day was the case of the governor going out of his crease to leave the ball and got stumped by Mr. Stalin like a wicketkeeper. So this is very interesting because it's all political.
He's been summoned in Delhi. Of course, it's political. He's been summoned to Delhi today. Is it for shabashi or is it to pull him up? We don't know. We don't know how it's playing out, but we know that as far as this ideological battle playing out in television studios in the streets of Chennai is concerned, it's good both for the DMK to let it play on, and it's good possibly for Governor Ravi to play on as well. Who knows, he may be the next vice president of this country. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much, Vinod Selvam. Thank you very much, Salim. And always good to have you, Madhavan Narayan. We'll leave it there for the moment.